Stanley calling, and he's looking for Bruce's number. And then Bruce calls me, and he's like, guess who just called? And I was like, Paul Stanley? And he's just like, how'd you know? And cut to right after he did that gig in Brighton, they played London. I went to the gig, and it was so great with my brother playing. I was just, it dawned upon me that now I could always say to them, no matter what, to Gene and Paul, that, see, what do you know? I was right.
Yeah, it was an interesting way to get in the band, but that's the way it was supposed to happen. And I can't really rewind and look at it and say it was wrong. Obviously that's how it happened. Yeah, and all of you in your lives, you never really realize when, even if a door was closed or you didn't get the opportunity that you hoped for, it doesn't mean that there isn't something else waiting for you, or maybe that opportunity actually does happen again. Because I knew the guys, and I thought I could have gotten the gig, but I got it when they actually kind of needed me on a different way. I actually did a ghost guitar work session like Bob used to do for Animal Eyes, because Paul wasn't happy with Mark was having some problems, and then he says to me, don't cut my hair, don't cut your hair. It was about shoulder length, but I was like, what did that mean? And then 2 months later he's saying, come to Europe. And,
yeah, he remembered what I told him.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks. Thank you both for being part of the enduring legend that is Kiss. So
thank you.
Thank you very much. Just to add to that, as a life lesson, sometimes fate has a funny way of maneuvering people around, and that I met Gene and Paul in an audition for their band, and that later on I would play with them. And then later on, my brother would play with them, and then later on, we would be here in front of fans that at the time, back in the 70s, Gene and Paul, myself, any of the people involved could never envision that this could ever be. So to me, it's sort of like, the hand of fate kind of guided everybody to this spot, and it's taught me a big lesson about life.
See, Bob gets something out of this.
Bruce, with,
yes. Where are you?
with Grand Funk,
oh, there you go.
you
Sorry.
play a lot of casinos.
Yeah.
When are you ever going to come to Toledo?
Toledo, Ohio, we missed that.
When you build a casino.
Let me explain.
The Hollywood Casino.
Okay. First of all, my gig with Grand Funk has been great because for a few reasons. Besides the band being, has great music. I know there's some people here that have seen me with the band, and I get to solo in like every song. In some ways, I'm featured way more than you would imagine. And then there's the typical Kiss fan that says, I don't know any Grand Funk songs. And then I prove them wrong when I, sing some kind of Wonderful to them, or I say American Band, or Locomotion, and they go, yeah, I know that song. I didn't know that was Grand Funk. Oh, okay. And people always walk away from the show really loving it. And it isn't about, bombs and lasers and big pyro and crazy, wild, stage. It's all about the music thing, But amazing rhythm section and the whole deal. Now, how we tour and how we get booked, very different from Kiss, okay? First of all, we'll be in some arenas when there's like a classic rock package, you know what I mean? But the band mostly does casinos and city festivals and county fairs, which oddly enough Kiss has even been doing, because that is really important summer business for bands. You'll see Aerosmith headline these state fairs and stuff like that. So there's been those bills I was really surprised about. But Kiss could easily say to their family, bye-bye, we're going on tour for 2 months, see you, you know what I mean? And every other day have a city to play, okay? We don't do that. We fly in and out to the casinos, mostly the weekend gigs. During the summer, we'll do some during the week gigs because it's summertime, and that's when a lot of you have off, so you can go see bands. And they're like what's called a soft ticket thing, okay? Because the casino is going to have people. We can draw it, but they're going to have people. They're going to comp the VIPs and all that. The county fair is going to promote because the sponsors are there, right? And I'm sure you guys have all been part of some city in or around the Midwest that you go to the county fair, you have a good time. There's always good bands. Most of the time, they're classic rock bands, like Grand Funk. So thank God that business is there. But we don't go everywhere. I get very frustrated. I live in LA, and the closest I think we've ever played is like, I still got to drive like 2 hours. You know what I mean? And it's kind of weird when I think about it. And there's, some great venues like 20 minutes from my house. And I go, like, can we play here? Well, probably not, because this doesn't fit that whatever, how we get our gigs, you know. So be patient though. I know, you know, I ran into enough of you on the meet and greet line that said like, hey, I saw you guys, and you came and said hi. And a lot of the fans will shoot me an email. I'm coming to that Grand Funk gig. You think I can, you know, say hi? And I try to accommodate the fans that way when I can. Even though some of the gigs are a little crazy, but it's been a great gig for me, and you know, it's been 12 years. Can you believe it? This is my 13th year, which is really wild with Grand Funk. And the only guy that hasn't seen us yet is actually Gene, but Nick Simmons seen us, okay, and loved it, okay. But Eric's been there a few times. Don Brewer is one of his favorite drummers, and Paul came to like over a half a show back in Vegas years ago. They were all aware of the band and really dig the music. So. Don't miss it. If it's near you, it's worth the drive. You know, and you will get to see much more Bruce Lee playing than you could ever imagine. Okay, I even go do the Star Spangled Banner, and you'll have like a little like Alive 3 flashback. Okay, there you go. Yeah. But don't come on and say, why didn't you do Rock and Roll All Night? You got to remember that Grand Funk is very iconic and unique in their own thing. And you know another interesting thing, and I know Bob can relate to this, and we were talking about it earlier about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm sure you guys probably came up with Gene or whatever, but Grand Funk's another one of those bands that belongs in it and just doesn't seem to get the attention, you know, for some reason. So no matter, you know, when I run into the guys from Van Halen at an airport or something, and I see Alex the drummer, and he goes, oh yeah, how you doing, Bruce? What are you doing? And I'm going, Grand Funk. Oh, I love that band. Tell Don, you know, I mean, this is a band that's influenced people. And it's always fascinating when I talk to a stranger who's in the industry. They say like, hey, you look like a musician. Who you work with? You know, I'm with Grand Funk. Wow, I used to play with Kiss. Tell me about Don Brewer. I want to know. You know what I mean? You know, or it will be completely the opposite. They don't know who Grand Funk is, and obviously they're really obsessed with the whole Kiss connection. We know that. So I'm just grateful to be able to play guitar for a living.
Do you drink his coffee?
Oh, we got a kid over here.
Don Brewer's got a
I have two questions for both of you.
Yes.